Just bleeding kind of bled off of it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
Hello, friends, and you're welcome to Annaduff Does Bingo for night number 5. It's Saturday, the 12th of February 2022, and you have lots of cash to give away tonight, Mihal, as part of the bingo.
Lots of cash now tonight. We're 60, is it?
So there's 40 euro for one line.
40 for one line, 80 for two lines, and 120 for a full panel.
And to celebrate St. Valentine's Day, which is just around the corner this weekend, there might be one or two surprises between now and the end of bingo. So if you're playing online this evening, you'll be resetting your book later on. There's 3 games to play, and if you're playing on the books, you'll have 3 books already, and it's 1 page for game number 1, the second page for game number 2 later on after the break, and game number 3 as well. So we're going to get started for tonight, and it's eyes down now as we get ready to play the first game for one line, and it's for 40 euro. And the first ball out is 2 and 7, 27. Lucky for some, 13. 40, 40. In the 20s, 2 and 8, 28. Valentine's Day, 1 and 4, 14. 80, 80. In the 50s, 5 and 1, 51. The bullseye, 50, 50. On its own, number 6. Last of the 70s, 7 and 9, 79. In the 50s, 5 and 4, 54. 2 little ducks, 22.
Quack, quack. She's talking to me.
In the 40s, 4 and 6, 46. 11, all the ones. On its own, number 3. In the 60s, 6 and 9, 69. In the 70s, 7 and 8, 78. Last of the teens, 1 and 9, 19. On its own, number 5. All the 6s, 66. In the 80s, 8 and 3, 83. In the 70s, 7 and 4, 74. All the 8s, 88. In the 60s, 6 and 4, 64. And we have a check as part of our bingo this evening. And
Book 240.
it's book number 240.
checking on number 19.
And it's checking on number 19. And we can see it's we can see a full line there.
I'll give it a minute.
So we'll wait a minute, and while we're waiting for that, to mention coming up later on, there's some fantastic prizes on offer as part of the draw. And the draw for these prizes will be made using the ID book number, which you already have been assigned as part of the bingo book. And the prizes on offer tonight include a 1.5 hour golf lesson sponsored by PT Golf in Longford. There's a makeup hamper sponsored by RJS Pharmacy in Drumshanbo, a Valentine's flower and chocolate gift box sponsored by Diane's Floral Designs, and a Duff Kids jersey sponsored by Annaduff GAA Club. There's a Delft set sponsored by Mary and Francis Cox and family, a voucher for the Copper Still Bar and Restaurant in Drummond. And there's also a hamper sponsored by Drummond Boxty. And there's bingo books up for grabs as well tonight, sponsored by Alana Cox and Owen Gill. We'll tell you more about that later on and how many bingo books will be on offer for next week. But I think we can...
One more check on book number 50.
So we have a further check, and this is on book number 50.
Sorry, yeah. 50.
Yeah, it's on 64.
And the check is on 64. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to take a little break for a moment, and we'll be continuing in just a moment. Okay, so we have one winner of that €40, and we say well done to Michelle Moran, who has just won €40. So well done to you, Michelle, as we continue now to play two lines, and this is for €80. And the next ball out is 6 and 7, 67. All the threes, 33. All the fives, 55. In the teens, 1 and 7, 17. In the 70s, 7 and 2, 72. In the 60s, 6 and 1, 61. 30, 30. In the 30s, 3 and 6, 36. All the 4s, 44. 7 and 1, 71. In the 80s, 8 and 2, 82. Last of the 50s, 5 and 9, 59. In the 30s, 3 and 5, 35. On its own, one little duck, number 2.
Quiet.
60, 60. 6 and 2, 62. In the 40s, 4 and 2, 42. In the 50s, 5 and 8, 58. On its own, number 8.
Check.
So we have a check, and we're just going to take a little break for a moment. Okay, so we're just checking the book number. We do have a check here, and book is 274. And no, so we don't seem to have we don't seem to have 2 lines on that.
Okay.
So we're going to call that as a false alarm for now. And we'll continue playing bingo. So the next ball out, all the 7s, 77. In the 80s, 8 and 4, 84. In the 30s, 3 and 4, 34. 1 and 5, 15. In the 50s, 5 and 6, 56. In the 20s, 2 and 5, 25.
Check.
And we have a check for 2 lines and for €80.
It's check on number 15 and book ID 76.
And 76. Check is on. So we can see 2 lines there, and we can see the check number.
Okay, we have another 2 checks. So we have a check on book 152.
Check on 152. So we're just going to have a little check here on this as we look into this. We've got our second check and possibly a further check. So we'll take a break for a moment and we'll be back to you then. So we can confirm that there is one winner of the €80. There was 3 checks on the next ball, which is out, and that was 25, but that ball has been put in play. The check number is number 15, and the winner is Amanda Gilban, who wins €80. So well done to you, Amanda, as we get ready now to fill the house for €120. And the last ball was 2 and 5, 25. In the 70s, 7 and 5, 75. On its own, number 1. In the teens, 1 and 8, 18. In the 40s, 4 and 8, 48. Last of the 20s, 2 and 9, 29. Key to the door, 2 and 1, 21. 10, 10. In the 40s, 4 and 7, 47. 20, 20. 70, 70. In the 30s, 3 and 7, 37. Last of the 40s, 4 and 9, 49. In the 80s, 8 and 6, 86.
Check.
So we have a check on the full house.
So it's book 242, check number 70.
And it's book number 242, and it's check number 70. And we can see a full house there. You're happy, Michal?
Yeah.
We'll just give it a minute in case someone else is.
Yeah, so we'll give it a minute. And while we're waiting there with that, we want to have a little chat. Some good news during the week, Mihal, with the announcement yesterday of the Sports Capital Grant and the funding that the club received.
Oh, yeah. Very good news yesterday. 63,000 for the development of the walkway.
That's around the pitch and the
Around
lighting
the pitch and the lighting and the new walkway around the whole ground
yeah.
and the lighting of it, and to do up the training ground and the main pitch.
That's going to be great. So it is. It's a great boost for the club to receive that in the middle of a fundraising effort like this, like the bingo. And you know, it's going to go a long way now towards those phases that we talked to James Fontaine recently, and yourself, and indeed Colm as well.
Yeah.
It's going to go a long way, and a nice one to add into the mix.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so well done to Annaduff Football Club. That Sports Capital Grant announcement was made yesterday. €63,221 the club received, and that grant will go towards work on the new walkway, which is planned around the pitch, and lighting in the training pitch and the main pitch as well. So great announcement there for the club.
We have one winner.
So we have one winner of the full house.
Jerry O'Reilly.
Jerry O'Reilly, you've just won €120. So Jerry O'Reilly, you've won €120. Well done to you. You've filled the house for that first game of Annaduff Does Bingo. We're about to take a little break now, and we'll be back with game number 2 in about 5 minutes from now. So you're welcome back, and we are getting ready to play game number 2. Before we do get started, some requests to mention. And Gary Bohan is 30 this week. Lots of love coming into you, Gary, from all your family. So happy birthday to you. Also, Shane and Aideen, they're gone on a weekend away, a romantic weekend away. Shane has whisked Aileen away. And to Dermot Cox, also celebrating a birthday and still in the 40s, as we say. So
48.
happy birthday to you, Dermot. We're getting ready now to play game number 2. And for those of you who are playing online, to go up to the top right-hand section and click on reset. And for those playing with the bingo books, we're on to the second page. So we'll give you a moment to do that. And while we're waiting, to mention that the Annaduff GAA 50-50 draw takes place every Sunday afternoon live on the Annaduff GFC Facebook page. So if you're all ready, it's eyes down now, and away we go with game number 2. And on its own, number 8. In the 40s, 4 and 8, 48. And a reminder, if anyone should check on number 14, seeing Valentine's is around the corner, we're going to have a special prize for you tonight. If you're the first one to text in on the WhatsApp group the word love. So if you hear number 14 during this game at all, text in the word love, and the first one to do so, great prize on offer for you tonight. So we continue with the third ball in this game, and it's top of the house, 9-0-90. In the 40s, 4 and 7, 47. And the number 14 must be called before you text in the word love.
And your book ID.
And your book ID. So 4 and 7, 47. All the 6s, 66. 1 and 8, 18. 1 door up, 1 and 9, 19. 7 and 4, 74. In the 80s, 8 and 2, 82. Still in the 80s, 8 and 4, 84. In the 70s, 7 and 6, 76. Almost there, 8 and 9, 89. 1 and 4, 14. And we do have a text coming in.
Sean Moore it.
We have one winner. The first person is Mairead Duffy.
So Mairead Duffy. Well done to you, Mairead. And Colin, if you want to show Mairead what she's after winning on the bingo, that was for the number 14.
Well done, Mairead. You're after winning that. It's from Diane Byrne, sponsored it. Diane does flowers and all that sort of stuff, I think. So thanks to Diane for sponsoring that. Well done, Mairead.
Well done, Mairead, and happy Valentine's Day to you. So we continue with our next ball out, and it's all the 2s, 22. That went quick, Michal.
You didn't even get to type in.
In the 70s, 7 and 3, 73.
We're a bit slow. I could have called it out. No.
In the 30s, 3 and 7, 37. Still in the 30s, 3 and 4, 34.
Sorry, Mike, can we just stop you for a sec? What was the number after 22?
That's 73. That's a 22.
Yeah.
So we just want to
You can check it.
check this for a sequence of numbers here. Some people are playing on WhatsApp and others are using the YouTube platform to follow bingo. So we'll be back in just a moment. So for those of you following on WhatsApp, you should be up to date now with the sequence of numbers. And we continue with the next ball out, and it's 4 and 6, 46. In the 50s, 5 and 1, 51. In the 80s, 8 and 7, 87. Six oh 60. In the 40s, 4 and 2, 42. 80 80. On its own, number 1. Last of the 60s, 6 and 9, 69.
Check.
And we have a check coming in.
Book 261.
So it's book number 261. So we can see the one line there.
Check.
Number
Second check.
So second check.
A second check on book 196, number 1.
And we can see the
Yes.
second check there. You can see the line. And again, a reminder, it goes down to the sequence of numbers and how they were called. While we're waiting to confirm the winners of that line, we want to wish or say well done to Shane Mallon of Bornacoola, who played in the under-20s last night, the Ireland rugby team, Mihal, and a good performance from Shane once again.
Great result at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and well done to Shane, and big hello to all his family if they're watching or playing bingo tonight.
Seamus and Brian are playing.
And they're playing bingo, we're told.
We have one winner.
So we have one winner,
Emer Cox.
Emer Cox. Well done to you, Emer. You have just won €40. And we move along now to line number 2, 2 lines, and the next ball out, we call 6 and 9, 69. In the 50s, 5 and 6, 56. So we're playing for €80, 2 lines. In the 30s, 3 and 5, 35. Still in the 30s, 3 and 2, 32. In the 60s, 6 and 4, 64. 40, 40. In the 20s, 2 and 3, 23.
Check.
And we have a second check, or a check rather, for our second line, and it's for €80.
Book ID 55.
And it's book ID 55,
Number 64.
and it's number 64. You're happy there, Mihal?
Yeah.
So we can see the 2 lines there, and we can see the check number as well. So we'll just wait a moment to see if there's any further checks for that. And while we are waiting, to mention that the Ireland Lights Up Walking Initiative, it's running from now until the 2nd of March. And Annaduff, of course, we talked about the grant and the plans for the club and the walking track on the grounds in future years. But for this year, the group will meet to walk in Drummond Village every Thursday evening at 7:30 p.m. Everyone is welcome, meeting at the car park on the Harbour Road behind Cox's Steakhouse, ready to head off for 7:30 p.m. And you're asked to bring your high-vis vest and follow all current public health guidelines as well. The walks are dedicated to Aisling Murphy. Rest in peace. So we're going to take a little break for a moment, and we're going to come back with the results of the two lines in just a moment. Okay, so there's one winner of the two lines, and we say well done to Pádraig Fitzsimons, a great supporter of the Annaduff football team as well. So well done to you, Pádraig. Pádraig Fitzsimons winning €80. And we move along now to our Fill the House for €120. Eyes down, and the very best of luck to you all. 62 was the last number out.
No.
6 and 2, 62. 1 and 2, 12. In the 50s, 5 and 9, 59. In the 70s, 7 and 1, 71. On its own, number 4. In the 20s, 2 and 9, 29. All the 7s, 77. 50, the bullseye, 50. 10, 10. In the 30s, 3 and 9, 39. 30, 30. In the 20s, 2 and 8, 28. One door down, 2 and 7, 27. on its own, number 3. 3 and 1, 31. In the 40s, 4 and 5, 45. In the 20s, 2 and 6, 26. On its own, number 2. 7 and 9, 79. 2 and 4, 24. In the 50s, 5 and 2, 52. In the 70s, 7 and 2, 72. In the 60s, 6 and 3, 63. In the 40s, 4 and 3, 43. One and 6, 16. Eight and 3, 83. In the 60s, 6 and 8, 68.
Check.
So we have a check coming in for the full house there of €120 this evening.
Book number 65.
And it's book number 65. And we see the full house there, Michal.
House, yeah.
So we're just going to wait a moment to see if there's any further checks for game number 3. And later on, there's the spot prizes to be given away with thanks to PD Golf in Longford, a 1.5-hour golfing lesson. There's a makeup hamper sponsored by RGS Pharmacy Drumshanbo. There's also an Annaduff Kids jersey sponsored by Annaduff GAA Club. A Delft set sponsored by Mary and Francis Cox and family. And there's pictures on WhatsApp of that and what's on offer there. A fantastic prize. A voucher for Copper Still Bar and Restaurant. And there's a hamper sponsored by Drummond Boxty as well, and some bingo books. And earlier on, Mairead won the Valentine's Flower and Chocolate gift box sponsored by Diane's Floral Designs. So we've one winner.
It's Mary Cox.
Mary Cox. So well done to you, Mary. You've just won €120 on this Saturday night. We're about to take a break for a moment. Colm is going to be along with the draw for the prizes on offer this evening. And we'll be back with game number 3 and loads more cash to give away in a few moments. So we're going to hand over now to Colm, who's going to do the draw.
Hello everyone again. Thanks very much for supporting Annaduff GAA again this week. We're up in the numbers again. Thanks very much. I think we have 160. Is that right, Royal, tonight?
About that.
That's great. Thanks very much for supporting us. It's all going to a good cause. So hopefully by June, the start of, or before June, we'll see the new pitch being built down there for the AstroTurf. So that's what all this money has been raised for, and it's down to you people that's helping us. So we're going to do the first spot prize. It's from Mary Cox. Is that right? Sorry.
No,
Oh no,
golf
sorry. It's
lesson.
the golf lesson, which is sponsored by PD Golf Longford. So Michal is going to pull out the first ticket. All right, it's a low number. So
39.
39.
Sally Cunningham.
39. Well done, Sally. Kieran might start playing a bit of golf, maybe.
Second one is the makeup hamper, sponsored by RGS.
There you go.
That's that in it, yeah.
Dino's after coming in, he'll pull out a ticket too.
49.
We're 49.
Joe Kevill.
Oh, very good.
Well done, Joe. Why shouldn't you pull the next one? The next one is for Jenny.
The Annaduff kids jersey.
Oh, yes. Very good. So the next one is an Annaduff kids jersey sponsored by Annaduff GA Club. You can contact Trace and she'll sort you out with that. It's 137.
Angela Neary.
Oh, very good.
That's shocking. Dino.
So the next one is this Delta set, sponsored by
The next one is
Mary
sponsored by Mary Cox.
and
The
family.
Delta set. 143.
No.
No good.
Go
Come
again.
again,
Andy.
Dino.
Come back in.
If you're not in, you can't win.
136.
136.
No, it's Angela Neary.
Oh, well done, Angela. Angela Neary won that again. Well done, Angela.
The next one is the hamper, sponsored by Drubba Foxton.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a lovely hamper.
Thanks to Anya,
Yeah.
Faulkner and Timmy who sponsored this. I only got it this morning, so whoever wins it, you'll have to collect it here in Cox's in the morning or tonight if you want, as it has to be used this week and it's fresh. So me, I'll pick this one. It's 249.
Margaret Moffat.
Oh, well done, Margaret. You can come ahead up to the pub now, Margaret, and collect it if you want. Well done, Margaret. The
Voucher for the copper still.
voucher for the
We're
copper
not giving
still.
that away?
Yeah,
No?
yeah,
Yeah.
no, we will. We have to.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
239.
That Peter Moran.
Well done, Peter. Peter Moran. Peter won the €25 voucher for the copper still. Well done, Peter.
So we have two bingo books now to be given, and they're sponsored by Alana Fox. Yeah, we're going to do another two then.
So Alana Cox sponsored 2 free bingo tickets to somebody. I hope she doesn't win herself. But 192.
Okay.
You go again, Michael. If you're not in, you can't win. 58. We keep going, Michael. We'll get there in the end. Thanks very much to everyone for supporting the club. 135.
John Thornton.
John Turner, well done, John. John is at home playing, so thanks very much, John. Now we have
Another. $77.
77.
Claire Buckin.
Very
Well
good.
done, John. 77. So that's it from me and Jenny anyway. Keep supporting the club. Last week or next week is our last week, so do your best. We'll try and get everyone on board for next week. And the more people that's in it next week, the more money obviously we can pay out. So
We have a lot of good spot prices.
we have a lot of excellent spot prizes. They're nearly all €100 vouchers. So do your best to get everybody on board for next week, and we'll try and get the money pumped up, please.
And a little bit of news there, Colm, on Good Friday night.
Oh, yes.
The 15th of April.
Yeah, we're hoping, obviously, this is going very well for us. So the girls have agreed to help me anyway, for the 15th of April on Good Friday. So we'll have one big hoolie on the 15th of April. It'll be the same way, the same setup as we've done already. Starting fresh, obviously, but we have the bingo group is set up. So obviously newcomers are welcome, but we'll aim for that after next week. So we'll
Start
aim.
buying your tickets after next
Yeah,
week.
if you can buy your tickets early, all the better. We'll have it set up after next week when the last week is done, and we'll let you all know what's going to happen. So thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. So, yeah, that's good news there for bingo players on Good Friday night, another opportunity to play bingo. And there's still one night of this round to go next week. We're on night number 5 tonight, and next week will be the final night. So be sure to tell a friend, and the bingo books will be available to purchase at the football pitch on Thursday next and on Friday next between 7 and 8 p.m. So we're getting ready now to play on page number 3. And we'll continue that in just a moment. A reminder, if you're playing online, to reset your bingo book, and we'll give you a moment to get your books ready. So you're welcome back, and hopefully you've got your bingo book reset and you're ready to win some more cash. Before we do continue, we want to say hello to Thomas Kernan, a birthday request for you this evening. Also to Ronan and Grania McCormack, who are celebrating a very special wedding anniversary tonight, romantic time of the year. And to Evelyn Kelly in Annaduff as well. 7th birthday. Happy birthday to you, Evelyn. And hopefully you can win something in the final game. We're going to be doing another similar thing to the last game. Listen out for number 14. And when you hear it, text love. The first two to text love will win one bingo book each for next week, sponsored by Owen Gill. So listen out for Valentine's Ball number 14 during this game. So we're getting ready now to play for one line, and we're playing for €40. And our first ball out is 7 and 4, 74. One and 6, 16. In the 60s, 6 and 7, 67. 6 and 4, 64. In the 40s, 4 and 2, 42. 1 and 5, 15. 50, 50. In the 50s, 5 and 2, 52. Still in the 50s, 5 and 8, 58. In the 30s, 3 and 4, 34. In the 80s, 8 and 1, 81. Last of the 50s, 5 and 9, 59.
Check.
And we have a check,
Book 158.
and it's book number 158.
159. Sorry, 159. Apologies.
159. So
Number 34.
59. And it's number 34, Mihal. Yeah, we can see that. Completed line. We'll just wait to see if there's any more checks. And it is Valentine's weekend, Valentine's on Monday. So a reminder to everyone to remember the one you love this Valentine's Day. So
You all set me home.
Oh, yeah. Said a good one.
So we can confirm we have one winner,
And Sarah Cregan.
Sarah Cregan. Sarah Cregan, well done to you. You've just won €40. As we move ahead now to 2 lines, and we're playing for €80. And the next ball out is 5 and 7, 57. In the 60s, 6 and 1, 61. In the 40s, 4 and 1, 41. In the 70s, 7 and 6, 76. All the 4s, 44. In the 70s, 7 and 3, 73. On its own, number 2. 1 and 4, 14. And that is the number 14 to listen out for.
Okay, hold on.
So we'll just pause our game for a moment, and
We're okay, we're good.
we'll be able to give you the winners of the 2 bingo books. Lots of messages coming in. So what we'll do is we'll continue and we'll announce those 2 winners when we get our next check. So on its own, number 5. Eight and 6, 86. In the 60s, 6 and 3, 63. Last of the teens, 1 and 9, 19. All the 8s, 88. Ten, 10. all the fives, 55. In the 20s, 2 and 8, 28. In the 40s, 4 and 8, 48. In the 70s, 7 and 2, 72. On its own, number 3. In the 80s, 8 and 4, 84. On its own, number 8. In the 30s, 3 and 7, 37. Staying in the 30s, 3 and 2, 32. And still in the 30s, 30, 30. Two and 4, 24. All the 6s, 66. 80, 80.
Check.
And we check for 2 lines, and it's for €80.
Book ID 203.
And it's book ID 203. So we can't see 2 completed lines. Just to confirm that number, the book number 203.
Yeah.
203. So that seems to be a false alarm on that.
Was 80 called out yet?
It was the last number, yeah.
Would 80 completed?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay. False alarm.
There it is there.
There's one line, all right.
There's still 2 numbers we can see that
Okay.
that player is waiting on.
2 lines. Okay.
So we're still playing for 2 lines for €80. And the next ball out is 2 and 7, 27. In the 30s, 3 and 9, 39. In the 80s, 8 and 2, 82. On its own, number 7. Last of the 70s, 7 and 9, 79. Reminder, we're still playing for 2 lines. 1 and 8, 18. Halfway there, 4 and 5, 45.
Check.
And we have a check for 2 lines.
Book 262.
And it's book 262.
Check number 18.
We can see 2 lines there. Mihal, you're happy?
Yeah.
So
You have another check.
the second check.
On book 44.
That's book 44. So that's on the check number.
Yeah.
So we can see 2 lines completed there too. So we have 1 winner.
and it's Robin Doherty.
Robin Doherty, well done to you. You've just won €80 for Annaduff Does Bingo. And we're getting ready now to fill the house for €120. The book winners.
So first to send in love were Bernie Green,
Margaret
McNabola.
and Margaret McNabola. So Bernie Green and Margaret McNabola both listening out and texting in when the number 14 was called earlier on in this game. And you each receive one bingo book with thanks to Owen Gill. So we're getting ready now to fill the house, and this is for €120. The last ball out was 45. Next ball, 90. Lucky for some, 13. In the 40s, 4 and 7, 47. $60. In the 40s, 40. All the 7s, 77. 20. 11. All the 1s. In the 60s, 6 and 5, 65. In the 30s, 3 and 1, 31. In the 60s, 6 and 2, 62. In the 20s, 2 and 9, 29. In the 50s, 5 and 6, 56. In the 30s, 3 and 6, 36. In the 50s, 5 and 1, 51. Two little ducks, 22. All the 3s.
Check.
So we check for the full house.
Just type it. Okay. Book ID 213.
And it's book ID 213.
And 51.
And we can see a full house completed there. So we'll just wait a moment to see if there's any further checks for the full house of €120. And I suppose, Micheál, a reminder to everyone playing, a big thanks to everyone playing, and a reminder to tell a friend for next week. The books will be available Thursday and Friday evening
At the pitch.
at the pitch.
Yeah.
And that's between 7 and 8 this coming Thursday and Friday. And a big thanks to all the sponsors as well earlier on for the wonderful prizes on offer this evening. And well done once again to Annaduff Football Club. The announcement yesterday where grant funding was received from the Sports Capital grant of €63,221 going towards the new walkway around the pitch, the lighting, the training pitch, and the main pitch as well. A good day for Annaduff Football Club.
We've had a few checks,
So we've got further checks.
but they're on later numbers.
Okay.
So the winner is Maura Mahan.
So Maura Mahan. Well done to you, Maura. Maura Mahan is our final winner on the bingo this evening. So a big thanks to all our players, and a reminder that we will be back next week at the same time.
There's only one more prize to give out. There's a €50 from Annaduff GAA, but you have to text in what year did Annaduff win their first senior championship, and the first person to do that will win
With their ID number.
with their ID number.
So
What's the question?
What year did Annaduff win their first senior football championship?
1926.
So we can hear lots of beeps going on in the background as part of that. And while we're waiting for the winner to be confirmed, we want to announce once again the Annaduff GAA, the 50-50 draw. It takes place every Sunday afternoon live on the Annaduff GFC Facebook page. And you'll be able to tune into that this coming weekend. And also a reminder to all playing bingo that on Good Friday, that's the 15th of April, there's going to be a very, very special Annaduff Does Bingo. Lots of great prizes on offer, something like what's on offer with the bingo currently. And it will take place between 8 and 9 p.m. on Good Friday evening. It's Annaduff Does Bingo on Good Friday. That's the 15th of April. And we did mention one or two requests earlier on for Gary Bohan, who's 13 this week. Lots of love from all your family. And to Ronan and Grania McCormack as well, a very happy anniversary to you all. And you were all playing bingo, we're told, on this Saturday evening. So I'm not sure if we have a winner for the prize column. And
the year was 1927, and Pauline Daly, Barry Daly's wife, is after winning it. So well
done, Pauline.
Barry's grandfather was one of the winners that year. So if you didn't get it right, it'd be well done, Pauline.
Was it
Barry.
2004?
No, that was the second one.
So well done to Pauline, and that was a nice surprise at the end of the night as well. So until next week, big thanks to all our players, and we'll talk to you at the same time, same place. And a big thanks to Michal here, and also to Avril and to Genevieve and to Oriel, who make it all happen behind the scenes. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.